Hey guys, girls, gals, friends, and fiends, what's up, and welcome back to Boss Bros. Today we're going to be giving you some Monster Legends tips and tricks while we're doing some Monster Legends PvP with a really good team, at least in my opinion, Barbatos, Krampus, and Dartmouth. Now I'll hand it over to Leaves to do some talking.
Alright guys, so basically this team is based off of
Speed, power.
Yeah, speed, power. So basically Dartmouth is gonna start it off with the freeze.
You mean Krampus?
Krampus is gonna start it off with the I'm sorry guys. I just kinda messed up. So Krampus is gonna start it off with the freeze, Dartmouth is gonna do that, then they will all be frozen, and then Barbatos, guys. I mean just
watch. If you guys are not familiar with the works of Barbatos, this will show you how quickly and brutally he can remove teams from the Monster Legends world.
Yeah, and this is probably the least of it.
And this is his weakest attack. This is 35.
21,000 AoE and burn, guys.
Brutal verdict.
Barbatos is just amazing. If you guys ever have an opportunity to get Barbatos, definitely go for him. He will be very, very helpful.
And then this is probably the most underused member of this team, but he's really good.
So look at that, 22,000 single target.
And that's just a base of what General Dartmouth can do. He can also half the damage he takes and other stuff like that. Aw, come on, family, and I wanted the gems. You're bad at what you do as a
Speed Ruin's not bad.
Level 1 isn't going to help me that much.
But you
the weakness to this team is two monsters that I'm staring at, Cabinfish and Timerion, so I'm just going to skip that fight.
Yeah, okay, so basically in this era in Arena, it's just all speed, guys.
Speed beats... So Timerion, I ruined the skills on my Timerion, which is why I'm not using him. But pretty much Timerion can't be immobilized, which is why you'd want to use him.
And yeah, back when JoJo was a bit worse, he got Timerion.
And then I wasn't sure what to do with him, so I just gave him a ton of random skills. And it isn't his ideal PvP skills.
Yep, I got his correct moveset, however. And fun fact, Timerion is my favorite monster in the game.
And my favorite is the one who's just using the move called Blood Covenant right now. Yeah, Barbatos is my favorite monster. I like his design. And the fact that he's willing to sacrifice himself to dish out colossal pain. Well, just the fact that he can dish out colossal pain is cool.
Just look at that damage on Barbatos, guys.
And then we're going to have Dartmouth come in and kill them all. If you guys still are unsure why Dartmouth is on this team, maybe this will answer your questions.
There we go. Bam. Oh, and we never really told you what we're going to be doing in this video. We're just going to be doing a bunch of arena fighting, some Monster Legends info, and just kind of some of that stuff.
Just a bit about what's some good monsters to get and stuff. Just a bit of this, a bit of that, pretty much. One more fight and I'll be out of PvP stuff, and then we can just go into the Monstagram and talk about what monsters are good and worth your gems, and which ones really... Ooh, a VIP!
Oh my god,
VIPs.
Just crush them!
One's level 69.
Alright guys, in case you aren't familiar with this, the VIPs were very disappointing.
Well, besides Zyla. I'm really not disappointed with Zyla.
Zyla was good, Scar was alright.
Well, I think Zyla's the best, then Scar, then Valgar, then Hydrock is so terrible.
No, Scar's the worst.
No.
I mean, not Scar. Valgar's the worst.
I just think because he can give himself the self-damage boost and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like Valgar a bit more than Hydrock, but we can both agree that both of those monsters were disappointments.
Yeah, I mean, for $20, guys, they should have been better.
I mean, Zyla, the upgraded Voltaic, I think is probably worth that, although we didn't spend it because we're mostly free-to-play, so we didn't spend on Zyla.
We try to be as free-to-play as we possibly can.
I did spend a bit of money on Krampus, but the rest of these monsters came free-to-play.
Yeah.
This team, obviously, at least $40. That team that I'm just fighting is two $20 monsters, and who knows if they spent anything on Draza or Draza.
Well, Draza was never really obtainable, was he?
Yeah, he was breedable once.
Oh yes, breedable.
So they may have bred their Draza.
Yeah.
Or they
so many
just bought it
debuffs.
with gems.
Yeah, I mean it could have gone either way.
So yeah,
I actually earned my Draza without breeding him.
Yeah, that's what I did with my Barbatos. So there was this thing going on over here where you could complete tasks to get, download an app to get 575 gems. Now, it was during triple events, but keep an eye on this because, so if you're willing to do surveys and stuff, 54 gems and stuff, sometimes they triple the rewards, so that's how I was able to get 575 gems. And if you're looking for good places to find monsters, if you have a bit of gems on hand, you go into shop, and every day there's new discounts right here.
Yeah, and sometimes there are super discounts, which are basically like all monsters are on sale for like $2.31, and it's crazy. It's
you can get
awesome.
Your
It's so much fun. Yeah.
So now I was thinking we could go, since there's still a bit of time left. We can go and explore the depths of the Monstagram and explain which monsters are worth your time and which ones really you should just are better left behind.
So there are some monsters that are very rare and very hard to obtain.
First, I would like, out of those rare and hard to obtain, this guy.
Fyrus. So Fyrus is okay. He's not the best, he's not the worst.
Sorry, I just X'd out of the Monstagram.
That's okay. He's very hard to obtain, though.
The only time he was obtainable was in combo packs, and then he was in the first Christmas Island ever.
He was breedable, too.
Oh, yeah, breedable ones, but with hard to obtain
But,
monsters.
yeah, it was very hard to obtain, guys.
But if you're talking about hard to obtain monsters, meet Uriel. The only way to get Uriel is to spend 2.3 thousand gems, which you can,
yeah.
He never enters combo packs. He was breedable once for like 2 Ogahamas, but again, you need to be a complete gemmer to get 2 Ogahamas.
Ogahama, yeah, I mean...
But some say it's worth it. His stats are amazing. He has, my bad, one of the coolest designs in the game, and he can revive fallen monsters with one of his normal skills. So if you happen to ever have 2.3 thousand gems on hand, and you're past level 60, so you've unlocked Uriel in shop, he is completely worth your time, but he is also very, very hard to obtain.
And he's very expensive. One time they were actually thinking about putting him as 4th reward in an island.
And then they decided
they did not end up doing that.
And they put him last.
Yes.
And then an easy-to-obtain monster that's completely worth your time is Varuna. He was, both me and Leaves, he was like our first really good monster. He can immobilize, he can do damage, and plus, this is just like one of the most boss-looking special moves ever.
Definitely one of the elite monsters of the game. I spent all my time trying to get this monster.
So did I,
He's
in the team
amazing.
shop when he first came out.
Yeah.
And then we can move on to Exoskill. He can do damage. That's what his job is. I like his special move, how he stomps on people.
So he's a 50 AoE, and if you guys don't know what that means, that's area of effect, so it's gonna attack all enemies.
And 50 is the highest damage for AoEs. There's some new monsters that can have slightly better AoEs than this, like Dad Unit, who's yet to be released. But he is still a good monster if you can get him for cheap. And then going into the generals, they are all very impressive. Ingavar here. Ingavar, it's spelled Ingavar.
Sorry, guys.
General Ingavar, what he can do, if I can find him again. Here he is. So what he can do is he can give all allies regeneration with a normal skill. He's the only monster who can do that. Plus, you can see he's got good stats and the tough general effect.
And he's awesome looking.
And then Adam, also awesome looking. He can also give all allies full shields and stun all enemies. In addition, you've got Thetis, who's the only real counter to Timerion because she can remove his stamina.
Yeah. But then again, Timerion's faster, correct?
Well, depends on who has more runes. They're about equal.
Yeah, but base speed. Okay.
So Ogahama, he's good. He can give shields and stuff.
Hard to obtain. He was obtainable in the Heaven Island.
And he was breedable for like 2 Archknights, I think, once.
Yeah, but that's Archknight. It's kind of easy to obtain, but kind of hard to obtain all at the same time because you have to have an S3,
which is exclusive.
Yeah, we shouldn't get into all that junk, but yeah.
So he's a good support monster if you can get him, but he isn't the best of his type. And then moving on to his counterpart, in my opinion, one of the top 3 monsters in the game. This is Barbatos. He's got one of the best special moves in the game because it can deal massive dark damage to all enemies and then recover his health up to full, which is helpful because he's got a unique style of attacking where he pays his own health to do the highest damage possible in the game. He's been recorded to hit like 1 million to single targets.
Yep.
And then moving on to, as most people would probably agree, the best monster in the game, meet Timerion. He cannot be affected by debuffs, and he's unique in the way that he can't actually do damage, but he can stop your enemies from attacking constantly and make sure that your team will always have enough skills to use in battles. He will always deliver for you if you need him. He's completely worth your time.
If you guys ever have the opportunity to get a Timerion, definitely do that.
And then before Xylo the Faithful, he was arguably the best electric attacker on the Xylo.
He was amazing. he still comes close to Zyla.
Yeah, but what he does is he gives himself extra turns. Plus, he can do a lot of damage with massing. So he actually makes a use for stamina runes. Then this guy's arguably the best fire monster in the game. I don't have him.
Yeah, Mega Ostium. So he got debuffed a little while ago.
But he used to be able to give himself double damage and an extra turn, which meant he could dish out a lot of pain first turn if he was fast enough. Now you just want to focus all strength on him.
He used to be really good, and now he's not as good. He's okay now, but I mean, yeah, definitely worth your time though. Mega Ostium will be an amazing collection monster. If people see that you have a Mega Ostium, they'll be like, "Oh, you have a Mega Ostium! You're so lucky!"
And then, moving on to the next monster, you've got Oris, who is really all over the place, but he focuses on his health. He's got the highest health in the game. But you can tell as they made him, they sampled him in other places. But yes, he can give himself double health and protection, which means all attacks are directed to him, which is really amazing. Plus, he can reflect all damage back on enemies. In addition, can constantly give himself regeneration. But he also has 45 AoE, and his special move is unique in the fact that it's a move that has a chance just to insta-kill all enemies. And as you can see, it's really cool looking, too.
Similar to Noctum.
And then his...
Here, wait, do a special move again real quick.
And then his passive, too, makes him immune to freeze and stun, which makes him really hard to stop from attacking. So...
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, Oris is super cool, definitely, guys. Especially because his foot can come down just while he's standing on the ground.
And then we've got Lil Yisha, who has one of the coolest descriptions in the game. Plus, she can possess for 2 turns with 2 of her moves, making her one of the best people in the game just because she can screw over entire enemy team plans by possessing their cabin fishes, which we will get to later, or Voltakes.
Lilia is very cool, but also very hard to obtain. She was in the Halloween 2 island. But I mean, unless Lilia is hard to obtain. Let's just.
And then moving on to Dead Wolf, he has the highest base power of all Earth monsters in the game. He can hit really hard, but aside from that, he doesn't really have much use. I'd say he's the best Earth attacker, but
he's
been dethroned as top attacker though.
Unless you spent a lot of money, you could not obtain Dead Wolf unless you're amazing at Monster Legends.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, he was in Civ Island Part 2?
Yeah.
Part 2.
Just like this monster, Cabin Fish, who is possibly tied with Kyla as the best water monster in the game. And that's saying something, because water monsters are overpowered.
Yeah, and like we said, guys, we are free to play, but there is a cabin pack coming out, and we might just buy that for a cabin 1 to 100 for you guys.
He can freeze all enemies, stun all enemies, give damage boost, remove energy, freeze single targets. He can do almost everything. Plus, he's fast. So given properly, he can run all over a team. And then I think we're gonna do 2 more monsters before we're gonna stop and call it a video. But another one is Kyluk, the monster who she is tied with. Kyluk can freeze all enemies, but her highlight move is a move that can make all allies immune to freeze and stun for 2 turns, which pretty much counters Cabin Fish amongst other immobilizers, which means it's really helpful if she can go first, because she can stop other monsters from immobilizing your team, so then your Barbatos can get a good attack off. Plus, her special move freezes all enemies and removes all of their stamina.
Yep, so definitely Cabin Fish's counter right there. But also, Cabin Fish can be very fast if you put the proper runes on him.
But so can Kyluk. That's why they're about equal.
Yeah.
Finally, before we wrap things up for today, we've got Krampus, who is the fastest base speed in the game. He can freeze all enemies, and as you saw in my bit of PvP at the beginning of this episode, he can apply lots of negative effects, which can end up just overpowering monsters. He can't do that much damage, but in the end, his sheer speed and power will win you almost any fight. I guess that's all for tonight, guys. Thanks for watching, and catch you later.
Thanks, guys.